What has now been understood really as the limitations or failings, if I may, of the Web 2.0 based platforms? Have they really turned out to be as open as originally thought?
Yeah, Naveen, this is a fascinating topic. And before we characterize it as a limitation or a failing, I think what we've seen with Web 2.0 is that the systems that we build and the businesses that we build, the design of those businesses are determined more by incentives than by technology. And if you look at the design of most Web 2.0 businesses, they kind of follow two aspects. One is that most of these businesses are venture funded. And because they are venture funded, they are seeking 10x, 20x returns. And in order to do that, there's a natural tendency of these businesses to centralize and extract value back for the investors. The other piece is that a lot of the revenue models that have powered Web 2.0 have been centered around advertising or around extracting a cut of the transaction to fund various elements of marketplace creation. Now, both of these things are fundamentally built around capturing greater data. Granularity of advertising is built around capturing greater data, and the ability to funnel more transactions through your marketplace is again built around capturing greater data and helping the market move towards transactions even beyond what they would normally engage in. And there are many examples of that. Now, the reason this is important is because initially the idea of data capture was positioned as a benevolent exercise by Web 2.0 platforms as a way to create value back to the ecosystem and personalize their experience and give sellers the ability to sell more by understanding how to grow their business. But what we've really seen is that with marketplace transaction cuts and with advertising as the dominant model of business, these platforms, as they scale, they end up doing two things. They end up capturing more data than they need, so there's a data surplus that's extracted. And secondly, they end up commoditizing the market. They end up increasing competition among sellers. They end up commoditizing the type of supply that comes on board, so that power shifts more away from the sellers and the suppliers to the platforms. And so, if I really go back to what you're saying, the limitations are really the outcome of these design choices. And the limitations that we've ended up in are with a lot of power being centralized with a few platforms, a lot of commoditization happening in the ecosystems, and fundamentally, the key aspect over here being that the amount of openness that we're really talking about is the nature of openness is strategically convenient to platforms. They're open where it suits them. So in terms of de-risking their production, they open out the production, but the centralization of value, the centralization of value capture comes back to the platforms. So that's fundamentally what I see as, if any, the failing of Web 2.0.